I think I hit it too.
I'm gonna get canceled for this for sure. Welcome to Alaska, guys. Episode number 3 of the Alaska series, and we are actually just wrapping this one up, man. Just finished up the most epic day of Arctic Grayling fishing I think I've ever had. We started with some nasty weather. We had one of the worst storms in South Central of the season pushing through here the past couple of days. It's been dumping rain. A lot of the rivers and streams on the way up here were just complete chocolate milk, so we weren't really sure what we were getting into as we came over the pass. The wind was whipping. It's cold. It's supposed to get down to like below freezing tonight, and we ended up getting through the pass here and all the streams cleared up. We kept pushing, found some small fish, and then eventually got up to one of my favorite areas to grayling fish and found some absolute monsters. But anyway, guys, I am excited to share this experience with you. So without further ado, let's get into the fishing. This is going to be a good one, guys. Crazy little canyon through here. Super cool spot. Perfect place to be during a flood warning, huh? Water's still nice and clear though. You know, as it's getting colder going into fall too, a lot of these fish are probably going to be pushing towards the oh, well, look at that. Speak of the devil.
Pushing where now?
Towards the lakes and the deeper water. First fish of the trip there, early in the morning here in this crazy looking canyon. Little dink Arctic Grayling. I'm just gonna let him go. Boop. So we don't really know what exactly we're doing today. Glenn and I just hopped in the Jeep early this morning, made about a 2-hour drive, and we are out in the complete middle of nowhere in this beautiful little creek basin. Only problem is the only thing in this one is small fish. So we're getting ready to move on right now. We're just gonna drive, man. Just drive around and keep creek hopping throughout the day. See what we can find. We might stay in the mountains. We might get down on the flats. Just kind of depends where the fishing takes us.
Ooh, blueberries.
Tons of low bush blueberries here, guys.
That's just how I like them, still a little sour.
So good, man. Spot number 2 here, and that's another one that we've never fished before, and it looks like a pretty good sized creek. There just happens to be, it's like some kind of hunting trail, just like a super rugged 4-wheeler trail coming through here. So we're walking this, hoping that we can get access to this creek going into the fall when things really start cooling down, especially up here in the mountains. It's going to start getting cold fast. So these grayling and other species up here, Dolly Varden, things of that nature, are going to start pushing for that deeper water because a lot of these creeks are going to start freezing come wintertime. All right, guys, made it to the creek here. Looks really, really good. There's fish right here. Small ones. Real small. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. That's about
All right. First blood for me on the new creek. Finding them. No size yet, but we're finding them. Okay, guys. Beautiful little Arctic Grayling right there. Hang on. Creek narrows and it gets... Oh, there's one. Got him. Got another little grayling. There we go. Guess we're going for numbers today. Pretty one there. Go, another little grayling. Boop. This is some dense, wet brush here, guys. Do a little side head action, kind of around this banked corner. There we go, a little hit. There's one. There we go. Not finding too much size in here, but we are finding fish. So we ended up making a pretty long push way up into the backcountry. We fished here before. Glenn and I were here last year. It was one of the most amazing grayling spots that we have ever found out this way. Let's get in here and see if we can catch some fish, guys. I can see some sockeye sitting on that bank on the far side. So with those salmon being pushed up, there should be some really nice trout and there should be some big fat grayling. You guys can see all of these sockeye salmon right here. These guys are all fire trucks. Can't fish for them up here anyway. Not that you'd want to eat those, but right behind those is where those rainbow trout and those grayling are going to be, and that's exactly what we're looking for right there. With these salmon, I want to throw something on that kind of imitates like a flesh fly. Now I don't actually have any flesh flies. This one here is more kind of like a minnow presentation, but the color of it imitates flesh very, very well. And I've actually used these quite a bit in the past to imitate a flesh fly. And even though they are more of a minnow pattern, they've got that little weighted eye on the front of them. And they actually work very well for flesh fly fishing. Try wandering down here to where I can get a little bit of a better cast without that pine tree blocking me. There we go. Got it. Nice little grayling, followed that flesh fly in. Dang, guys, solid freaking grayling right there. God, such a beautiful species these guys are. Let's go ahead and get that fly out of them. There we go. Such a cool species, by far one of my favorites to catch in the state of Alaska right here, guys. I love coming up here and getting on grayling. All right, moved up here onto this little bluff. I'm gonna take some casts out into that swirling water there. We've got kind of this like still pocket here off the main river where all that like current's blowing past. And then it's just kind of swirling in here. There's a lot of salmon sitting in here, but a lot of times these grayling will be sitting out in that moving water, kind of on that seam. Let me see if I make a couple casts here. Thinking I might have to go to an egg pattern here. I got one grayling on that flesh fly, but this pool's loaded with them. Dude, there is a giant grayling I'm looking at. Oh my God. Just had one rise on my flesh fly, but he didn't eat it. Glenn's hooked up again. These fish are keyed in on beads. We're gonna have to go to a bead presentation. Oh yeah, dude. Nice.
I've ever caught. That might be the thickest one I've ever caught.
Dude, that's a beast, bro.
That's a unit.
Good stuff. The shoulders on that fish, man. Monster fish, man. Nice. Made a switch over to an egg setup, so I've got a little split shot about a foot up from a little egg. It's a little bead right there pinched onto the line. Tiny little hook. We're gonna see if we can get one of these larger graylings sitting in this deep hole here. Right now, these fish are gonna be super keyed in on these sockeye eggs. And Glenn is just slaughtering them over here on the egg pattern. So let's see if we can get something good. There he goes. Got him. Stud of a freaking fish, man. Came right for that egg. That's the move. That's a nice grayling, dude. Come here. Got him. Woo! Nice grayling, man. Dude, absolute unit of a grayling there, guys. Biggest one I've caught in a long time, living down in Florida. One of my favorite freshwater species to target. These are such beautiful and unique fish. They've got that big sail, crazy colors. Some of these fish get blue and purple. Gorgeous, man. Thanks, dude. Oh,
There he goes.
see ya.
Already fish.
Nice, man. Trick here, this isn't really ideal for a 3-weight. Having split shot on here, so we're kind of just lobbing it more like you would with like a conventional spinning setup, where I'm just kind of bringing it back and then lobbing it out there. And the weight of the split shot and the line itself is kind of taking it out and sucking it through the guides. It's not really ideal, but it's working for me. There's one, nice one. All right, get out of the sticks. Get him up, get him up, get him up, get out of the sticks. Dude, so many sticks down there, so much brush for him to get into. Get back here, get back here. Dude, that's a really nice fish. Really nice fish. I wonder if I can flip him. Ooh, dude, giant. My gosh, dude. We're gonna get this fish back in the water, guys. Y'all check out that absolute slab of an Arctic Grayling. That is a giant grayling, man. Such a sick spot to come and fish for these guys. All right, get this fish back. Luckily, these are a pretty hardy fish living up here in these crazy conditions that they live in. Just a big egg-fed grayling right there. So cool. Dude, I'm just like waiting for the second one of these sockeye decides they're gonna crush that egg out of pure annoyance. Oh my gosh, dude. It's gonna be the end of the world in this 3-weight. There we go. Oh no. That's bad. Well, I knew that was coming eventually. So these are not the super lethargic spawned out sockeye. These ones are angry. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Those grayling that are sitting in that hole seem to have gotten a little bit smart and they're not biting, but I really want to get this egg underneath this log jam right here. So obviously that is way too deep of a hole to wade through, but what I can do is it looks like I can come down here to the shallow riffly section and I should be able to make my way all the way across to that side of the creek, walk up in there, and then I should be able to drift this egg under the log from that side without all that brush. So we're gonna get up here on this nice little shallow rocky bank. There we go. Let's try some drifts from this side over here. See if we can get up underneath this structure. There we go. It's not that big, but I knew one had to be sitting in there. Nice. Still a really decent fish. These are barbless hooks, so I gotta make sure I keep pressure on this guy. There we go. Beautiful freaking grayling there, guys. Check out how gorgeous these fish are. Black spots on there. This one's actually pretty void of spots. He's got a few, but not a lot. You can see how when he eats that bead, you feel that weight, you strip it right through, and it always sets right into the corner on the outside of his mouth, especially on these barbless hooks. Pretty easy to get out. Nice. Out there. Just let that current do its work and just kind of drift it right along the outskirts of that hole. And right as it gets down to that log. Ooh, there was a fish on it. Dang. I didn't film because of current. There's quite a few under the log. So just kind of fan it out, follow the tip down, and then right as it gets under that log right there, just kind of let it settle. Oh, damn. A trick that I like to use is I'll kind of high stick it, and that will keep that main line from getting ahead of your leader, which can kind of prevent you from feeling the strike. So just keep that tip up and just kind of follow the tip of your main line down. And usually you get a lot more sensitivity. Good fish, really good fish. Really good fish sitting up under that log, dude. Oh my. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Whew. That is such an adrenaline rush when you see that line go slack like that, and then all of a sudden it just rockets away from you as that fish grabs it. Crazy good grayling here, guys. All right, let's bring him up onto this little sandbank. Got to keep tension on him. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Get that line. Whew. God dang, that's a slab. Monster freaking grayling. Dang, of course I don't have any of my other cameras over here on this side, but that's all right. Okay, let's just, oh, there he goes. No, did he just break? Oh, that sucks. Dang, I was hoping to show you guys that fish. Somehow he popped the hook, had tension on him the whole time. Must have just not been a great hook set. That's okay. All right, guys, so we got another one just up the road that we are gonna go try. This is only the second time that Glenn and I have hit this spot here, and this time produced bigger fish than last time. I think last time we were here, it was what, like around July 4th or something? Yeah, sockeye weren't even up yet. Now, getting towards the end of August, a little bit later, a little further up, this sockeye have really started pushing up the rivers, and as they're releasing those eggs, and you know, some of them are spawning and the flesh is coming off and stuff, those trout and those grayling will follow them up. So it's the time of year when you tend to find like those bigger fish following the sockeye. But that was awesome, man. Got some good ones. Beautiful crystal clear blue water up here. So this is a glacial fed creek that I have fished many times before. This is one of my favorite grayling holes, and we were worried about the rain levels from the storm, but it's like it didn't even rain on this side of the mountains. We crossed through the pass a little while ago, and it is beautiful over here. So we're gonna come on down here. I wanna get in right at the bottom of this riffle where it gets deep on that far side. There's usually quite a few fish pushed up in here. All right, so I decided to throw on a little green mop fly. We're gonna throw this in and see if we can get bit. I saw a couple fish come up and slap top. Some kind of hatch, I don't know what they are. They're not quite no-see-ums, but some kind of little gnat buzzing around everywhere out here. So there's some kind of fresh hatch. So these fish should be keyed in on topwater bugs too. There's one, got one. Nice one. Let's let that fly sink down. Came in and smoked it. Sweet, feisty little guy there. Yeah, beautiful little grayling there. See you later. Yeah, beautiful grayling, man.
Oh yeah.
Nice. All right, guys, what an awesome little day trip that was. We made it a lot further out here today than I think we really anticipated. We spent pretty much the entire day dodging weather. We started with it like just super rainy, super stormy, and we ended up finding a nice clear patch, but we had to drive about 4.5 hours from home in order to do it. So we are in the land of the midnight sun this time of year, late August. It's not getting really dark outside until maybe like 10 o'clock, a little bit after that. It is about 6:30 right now, and we've got quite the drive ahead of us. So we're gonna get that started. We're gonna close that video out right here. If you guys are new to the channel, I used to live here in Alaska. I currently live in Florida, but I still come up here every year. I try to get out and at least catch some grayling, catch some trout, catch some salmon. So if that's something you guys are interested in, hit the subscribe button and follow for more videos. I love filming stuff like this, getting out and exploring. This is one of my favorite things to do, coming out here in the backcountry and finding awesome little spots like this. And of course, the normal fishing that I do on this channel is going to be saltwater fishing down in Florida. So lots of like inshore flats fishing for things like redfish and speckled trout, flounder, as well as a lot of offshore kayak fishing for things like snapper and grouper and things of that nature. So if that interests you guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like. It really helps YouTube recommend these videos out to a wider audience. I appreciate it so much. And leave me a comment and let me know what you guys thought of the video. And we'll see you guys on the next one.